Yeah, you love, brother. Love.
Alright,
You love, brother. So. Alright.
Yeah, I got it.
It's good.
Alright, Shalom.
Nah, it's
We are
not
the
tight.
Hebrew Israelites.
Gotta tighten it up.
We come out week in and week out, prophesy the downfall of this nation, the downfall of this country, and the wickedness that goes on in this society. Alright? First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushua. Yahweh being the true and proper name of the Heavenly Father, and Yahushua being the name of his first begotten Son. Those are their true names in the Hebrew. Double honors to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Honors to you, Akim, teaching the truth and sincerity. And honors to the believers and followers of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushua that's scattered throughout all nations, throughout the four corners of the earth. Now, we are going into prophecy because we are living in a time of prophecy. What happened early on in this week was a solar eclipse. And a solar eclipse is biblical prophecy. All right? This is Nahum 3:1. Woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery. Woe unto the bloody city. America's that bloody city. Why is America known as that bloody city? Because what the conquerors, which you so-called Caucasians, which you, in the Bible you're known as Edomites, when you came over here to the shores of America, starting with Central America, the West Indies.
I'm born again.
All right?
Yeah.
And you conquered the Native American Indians, you conquered the indigenous people of North, South, Central America. You didn't do it through peace and through acts of peace, through acts of covenants. You did it through bloodshed. All right? So the Bible says woe and destruction went to that bloody city. Yeah. All right? It is all full of lies and robbery. Yeah. All right? He got a cell phone.
All right.
All right? Read that part again, brother. All right. It is all full of lies and robbery. It is all full of lies and robbery. What's the lies and robberies that they push? Cesare Borgia. All right? That white Jesus. Okay? Go ahead. All right. The prey departeth not. Yeah, the prey departeth not. We the prey here under these so-called white people, all right? We still stuck here in America. We're in a prison system. America's a prison system. We got these shackles on us. We got these birth certificates, social security cards, all right? Showing that we're not sovereigns, that we're slaves to the elites of these Edomites, all right? So we haven't departed. We haven't left this place. We haven't gotten to our land in Israel, all right?
Everything this so-called white man got, he stole. How did he steal it? He came to this side of the earth, the Western Hemisphere, and he raped, robbed, and murdered the indigenous people of this land. And he enslaved them. Then he brought the Negroes and he enslaved the Negroes. So this land was built on bloodshed, okay? A lot of these devils, so-called white people, got what you got, through slavery. You understand? And your family to this day still is benefiting off slavery. You know what I'm saying?
And that belongs to us. All right, so it says, the noise of the whip and the noise of the rattling of the wheels. Yeah, you got these chariots moving around. You got the military chariots. All right? And the noise of the rattling of the wheels and of the prancing horses and of the jumping chariots. We hear the noise right now. It's coming off that bridge down there, right? That was it on that, bro? Yeah. Yeah. This is because I still want to touch on that solar eclipse that just happened. All right? Because that's a part of the signs of the times. All right? despite what you people think or what you thought of the solar eclipse, that's a sign of the Lord to his chosen people, showing that he's coming back. All right?
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning, Yahweh created the heaven and the earth.
No. 1 and 14.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 14. It says, and Yahweh said,
the powers.
And the powers said, let there be lights in the firmament.
Yeah, because when you look that word God up in the Hebrew, it's Alahayim. And Alahayim represents the powers. All right? When you go back into the etymology or the Hebrew, who you call God or who you call the Heavenly Father wasn't spoken of until Genesis, the 2nd chapter. All right? So read that again.
This is Genesis chapter 1, verse 14. And the powers said, let there be lights in the firmament.
And the powers said, let there be lights in the firmament. Because who you call Jesus Christ, all right? And the first fruits, Lord will be, we are those men and the angels created the lights that's in heaven. The stars, the sun, the moon, the galaxies, the universe. Okay?
And the power said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night.
So there was lights that divided the day from the night. That's what you call the sun and the moon. Okay?
And let them be for signs, and for seasons, and for days and years.
So that's how we calculate time, through the sun and the moon. All right? That's how we know when it's a new month, because it's a new moon. Now, they say that the sun and the moon is going to be for signs and seasons. And that solar eclipse was a sign. And we're going to get the prophecy that shows you that there was going to be solar eclipse played out on the earth. Because once again, that solar eclipse was a sign for the men of the Lord. That solar eclipse was a sign for his elect. That wasn't just something fancy or something pretty happening in the sky. That was a sign to show that America is at its end. Right. That was a sign to show you so-called white people and your rulership is at its end. That was a sign to show that wickedness is at its end. And what is wickedness? Transgression the laws of the Heavenly Father. What is wickedness? Breaking the law, statutes, and commandments. What is wickedness? Adultery. A man sleeping with another man's wife. Doing all types of drugs, smoking weed, popping mollies, sniffing coke, doing crack. What's breaking the commandments? Homosexuality. What's breaking the commandments? Transgenders. What's breaking the commandments? Bestiality. Worshiping any other God outside of the Heavenly Father and His Son.
Verse 15, and let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so.
This is Sirach, 2nd Ezra 9 and 5. But like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works, and endings and effects and signs.
There you go. So everything got a beginning and an end. When you look at the empires of old, empires that was greater than America, that was richer than America, they had a beginning and an end. So what's so different about this place? This place has a beginning, and damn sure, by the power of the Most High through His Son, it's going to have an end. Egypt had a beginning, and it fell. Assyria had a beginning, and they fell. Babylon had a beginning, and it fell. The Medo-Persian Empire had a beginning, and it fell. The Greece, Macedonia had a beginning, and it fell. The Roman Empire had a beginning, and it fell. The Moors, the Spaniards, all nations that was in rulership, the Mongolians, with Genghis Khan in them. Britain, all empires had a beginning and they fell. So America is no different. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Yeah,
this is Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before.
Just that.
Right. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence.
The prophets. Read that again. Slow it down.
All right. Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old.
The prophets that have been before us. All right. Jeremiah, Micah, Malachi, Nahum, Nehemiah, King David, King Solomon, Noah. The prophets that have been before us. Okay.
All right. Prophesied both against many countries.
They prophesied against countries. They wasn't for the countries. For $7.99. If you buy this holy water just for $8.99, your life will be blessed, my brother and sister. No, the prophets prophesied against countries, man. They wasn't prophesying of prosperity, not for the world, not for the nations. And against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. The prophets prophesied of war. The prophets prophesied of evil. The prophets prophesied of pestilence. It is nothing good or pleasant of war, evil, and pestilence. Those are all weapons of destruction. Those are all weapons that the Most High used that come up against him. And all those things is going to play in America soon to come. How do we know that? Look at your president, Donald Trump. He's pissing off the nations. He is pissing off the nations, man. He's threatening the nations. And how long a person's going to be threatened before they come to striking blows, man? Just like the saying goes, every hit dog hollers. How long you going to keep kicking the nations before they start fighting back? How long you going to keep talking shit to North Korea before they start fighting back? So it's evident that war, pestilence, evil is coming to America.
And the ad, brother, the ad, man. Now you got Germany. You got Germany. That's an ally to America, saying to America, we're not going to back you up in a skirmish against North Korea. Germany's not going to back up America in any type of uprising or any type of war, all right, that's to come upon America with North Korea. They said we ain't backing you up. This is what Germany said. An ally to America. All right. So like the brother's saying, we're in the time of revelation, man, where the Most High is going to rise up these other nations. He's rising up the other nations and even your allies to come against you.
And that's all biblical prophecy. That's one thing you cannot deny. Biblical prophecy. Oh, but the white man wrote that book, brother. The white man gave you that book. white man wrote about his own downfall. The white man wrote about his own destruction. His nation going into slavery. The so-called white man write about the upliftment of our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Mexicans. That you will be the future rulers of the planet Earth. The white man wrote about that.
Daniel chapter 4 verse 17. This is by the decree of the watchers and the demand of the holy ones, that the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men.
You got it, Malak.
Yeah, the brother going through, man. The Most High, man. He set up kings, man. He the one that set up kings, president, man. He set up Donald Trump here in America. So the Most High, man, he rules in the kingdom of men. America got a king right now, man. And that king is who? Donald Trump, man. So the Most High got the control over Donald Trump, man. There ain't no such thing as free will, man. Whatever the Most High said, he does it, man. So the Most High set up the kingdom, man, to bring them down. The Most High set up Egypt. Pharaoh got proud. The Most High bring him down, man. The Most High set up Babylon. The Most High bring Babylon down, man. The Persian and the Medes. How does the Most High take down these kingdoms, man? By bringing another kingdom against them, man. And that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and he giveth it to whosoever he will. And he set it up the basis of men.
And he set up the basis of men. And Esau, you Caucasian people, you are the basis of men. Your skin pigmentation, your eye pigmentation, which you have no pigmentation. You have leprosy. You have no melanin in your skin, man. You're not even humans. You are the basis of men. The scriptures say the spirit that is lifted up in you is not upright. You are the basis of men. Your blood shows stored through your skin, man. You have leprosy, man. Your spirit is defiled. You have an off spirit, man. That's why you have sex with your animals. That's why you have sex with your own family members. You strung out on all types of drugs, man. Not because of oppression's sake, just because you have an off spirit about you, man. You are the basis of men. Look at Toupee Donald Trump. Look at your leader. He is the basis of men. He has no clue how to be a president. No clue. But he was elected by you people, man, you sheep. All right?
Right, this is Romans 9 and 11. For the children being not yet born.
No. Even for the same cause have I raised thee up.
Oh, yeah, it's right at 15. Right. Romans 9 and 15. For he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. 17. For the scriptures saith unto Pharaoh, even for the same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee.
So for the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for this same cause have I raised thee up. So Trump was set up by the Most High, man, to bring down America. See, you think the puppet masters are the elites, which they are the controllers and the wicked of the society, man. The Illuminati, as you call them, they are the puppet masters on earth. But the Heavenly Father is their puppet master. So read that again, right?
For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh.
For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh. Donald Trump, Rothschild, Gettys, DuPonts, Bilderbergs, Rockefellers. The scripture saith unto you. Okay. Even for this same purpose have I raised thee up. Even for this same purpose have I raised thee up. The wicked was set up so the world can see what wickedness truly is. The basis of men, you cave people, Donald Toupee Trump, Rockefeller, DuPonts, and Bilderbergs, Rothschilds, you was raised up that I might show my power in thee, that I might show my power in thee. The world is learning what wickedness truly is. You are learning what wickedness truly is, man. By your president, Donald Toupee Trump. You was learning what wickedness is by your governors and your senators. They passed that homosexuals can get married. They legalizing marrying your animals. They legalizing the worshiping of any gods. Is that righteous in the sight of God? Hell no. For this same purpose, you was raised up. Because everybody fears America. They think America's all big and bad. America polices the earth. Little do you know that the Heavenly Father is going to wipe America off the face of the earth.
And that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. And that my name might be declared throughout all the earth.
That his name might be declared throughout all the earth. The whole world is going to know. The whole world is going to know and fear Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shah. The whole world is going to fear his people, Yasha Allah, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Mexicans. The whole world is going to fear that. All right? Read that one again.
For the scripture said from the Pharaoh, even for this same purpose I have raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout the whole earth.
And how the Heavenly Father's name is going to be declared throughout the whole earth.
Put a few precepts up there.
One, starting with his prophets. His prophets are declaring his name throughout the four corners of the earth. And the prophets is telling you what the Heavenly Father is going to do. The Heavenly Father is, what's his judgment? The prophets is telling you the judgment to come. Donald Trump is going to piss off the nations. World War III is going to happen, where all the nations are going to gather up in the Middle East. World War III is going to happen in the land of Jehoshaphat, which stands for the Most High's judgment. And then missiles are going to be shot throughout the four corners of the earth. And the world is going to know that Yahweh did it. And then you're going to see his son, Yahweh Shah, come through the skies, man. With the chariots upon chariots, what you call UFOs. So the whole world is going to know that the Heavenly Father reigneth in the kingdom of men, man.
This is Job chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Focusing on Toupee Donald Trump. He's just a straight jackass, man. Every time he goes on the camera in front of that mic, you don't know what the hell is going to come out of his mouth. And the majority of the times, it's nothing that's for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. He keep preaching, make America great again. Preaching, make America great again. When the goddamn Nazis, the new Nazi party, all right, the neo-Nazis is kicking you Negroes and Latinos asses. He don't speak against them. He doesn't separate himself from them. So he's for them. He's for getting you people's ass whipped, getting ran over by cars.
This is Job chapter 9 verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. How do we know that the earth is given into the hands of the wicked? First and foremost, what is wickedness? Wickedness is transgressing the laws of the Heavenly Father and His Son. The breaking of the commandments. And what do you see on the planet Earth? Nothing but sin upon sin upon sin. Transgression upon transgression upon transgression. All you see on the planet Earth is pure wickedness, man. Homosexuals, transgenders, idolatry, sorcery, soothsayers, straight up witchcraft and warlocks. There's symbolism all over the streets of America and across the world, which deals with the left-hand side in witchcraft, man. The power of Satan. That's how you know the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Because if the earth was given into the hands of the righteous, you wouldn't see homosexuals. You wouldn't see women with pants. You wouldn't see all these symbols and demonic sorcery. This witchcraft. Everywhere you turn around, there's some type of demonic symbol making you fulfill the lust of your eyes and lust of your flesh. You wouldn't see this wickedness if the righteous was in rulership.
I got something right quick. This is Genesis 27 and 40. It says, and by thy sword shalt thou live.
By thy sword shalt thou live. So this is talking about the blessing of Esau, man. The blessing of you Caucasian people, you so-called white people. That's why everything you do is synonymous with death. Oh yeah, smoke a cigarette, it'll calm you down.
I'll see you tomorrow when I come to Brooklyn, okay?
Oh, take this medication. It'll make you less hype. It'll make you not depressed. Get on these pharmaceutical drugs. It'll help you stop smoking. Your blessing is the sword. Whether it's the gun, whether it's biological warfare, whether it's your pharmaceutical drugs, whether it's your vain philosophies, your blessing is the sword, which symbolizes death.
It says, and by thy sword shalt thou live.
By thy sword thou shalt live. That's the so-called white man's MO. What did Donald Trump do to the people in Iraq? He blew them asses, they blew their asses up. Then he dropped the Moab, the mother of all bombs.
That was Afghanistan, right?
Afghanistan. Salakia.
Yeah, that's Afghanistan.
Salakia.
Hey,
Wait,
brother, man, I say something right quick too.
Yeah, got it.
And that's why, you know, Trump was talking about, oh yeah, we finally got ISIS out of there. You know? All right? When it's America that's the one that's supporting ISIS, man. Okay? So everything that the so-called white man does, but he does by the sword. All right? But that's Esau. That's his name. In what? In the Holy Bible. All right? You know? And Esau what? That's his blessing, the sword. So it says, and by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass.
And it is going to come to pass, man.
Go.
Like it says in 2 Ezra 6 and 9, Baba Shaw, whenever we are about to get it. Read that part again.
It says, and by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother.
And thou shalt serve thy brother. You're going to serve your brother Jacob, whether you like it or not, Esau. Man, woman, and child. You're going to serve the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called Negroes, West Indians, Haitians, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Cubans, Mexicans, North American Indians, Seminole Indians, all right? The people of, the indigenous people of North, Central, South America. You so-called white people going to serve these people, man, in the kingdom to come.
It says, and it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. Yeah, because when did the so-called white man break the yoke off his neck? All right? During the Renaissance era. All right? Because prior to the Renaissance era, all right, you had what? So-called Negroes ruling, tribe of Judah, Benjamin and Levi ruling over there in Europe. All right? You go to the book of Revelation, it tells you about that. All right? But it says he's going to break the yoke off his neck. Now, yoke is what? Something that they put on what? Animals, beasts of burden to do work. Why? Because the so-called white man was a slave under the tribe of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi during the darker Middle Ages. But during the Renaissance era, meaning the rebirth, that's when the so-called white man came into power again. All right? He's been in power from the Renaissance, the rebirth of the so-called white man coming back into power, Esau, Edom, all right? All the way to the same very day in 2017, in so-called 2017, all right? But that yoke, that slavery is about to come right back on the so-called white man, Esau, Edom, according to the Bible. And he's truly going to use the sword, man, all right? Because when you go into the book of 2nd Esdras, the 16th chapter, and you read that chapter, it tells you, man, he shall be like madmen, sparing none. Why? Because the race riots are going to come, all right? You see what's happening all throughout the South. They taking down the Confederate statues, man. Them crackers are roused up in the spirit, okay? So it says, and by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou should break his yoke from off thy neck. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him.
And that's why you see you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans in the ghettos and the slums are strung out on drugs and alcohol because Esau hated Jacob, man. He's trying to get that blessing back, all right? He is trying to get that blessing. You see, he's complaining to the Heavenly Father. Like to say, like it says in the scriptures, oh, is that, you see what your chosen people are doing? They transgressing your laws. They can't be your people, man. Bless us.
You got something?
This is Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
Read it again, Papa.
This is Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage.
Even thyself. Talking to you Israelites. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Mexicans, man. Y'all was going to be discontinued from y'all heritage. Not knowing your language. Not knowing your true nationality. Not knowing your power. Not knowing the names of your powers. Not knowing where you came from. And that's evident because you call yourself these names on the right-hand side, man. African American, West Indian, Haitian, Dominican, so on and so forth, man. You call your names, you call yourself by the names that your conquerors gave you. You speak the language of your conquerors. And you claim it as your own, but it's not.
Right. Who gave you those names? The Edomites, man. The ones that hate you. All right? The so-called white man gave you these names, man. All right? African American, Negro, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Colombian, Mexican. Those are all names responsible by the so-called white man. All right? Who hates you, man? All right? You still want Second Ezra, bro?
Yes, bro.
Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 9. We good, bro?
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
It is good.
Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world.
Esau is the end of this world, man. He is the end of this rulership. He is the end of wickedness. Because like the scriptures say, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. The wicked is not going to rule over the planet Earth no more.
And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. The Lord's true chosen people, man. The Israelites. And who's Jacob? Once again, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Mexicans. You are the Israelites according to biblical prophecy. All right? You are the future rulers of the planet Earth. You are going to be dictating righteousness on the planet Earth under the power of the Heavenly Father and His Son. All right? I was in on that.
Come. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
This is Malachi 1 and 4. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Yeah.
Okay.
But Esau, he said let me read that again. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Every time he falls out of power or he's destroyed, he always says he's going to rebuild, all right?
Right.
And well, look what they're doing. They got all these cranes, they building all these new structures, and the economy is worth shit right now, but they constantly rebuilding, man. That shows, the scripture shows Esau is.
Gone. And one point that a brother made earlier through the Spirit, I wanted to, harp on it a little bit more, is if you couldn't identify the biblical Edomites, the Most High gave you an attribute of them that will indefinitely show you who they are on the earth. And what that is pride, man. All right. What was America? One of America's founding mottos. All right. Proud to be an American. Proud to be an American, man. All right. That's one of the main attributes that the Most High gave to Esau to identify who he is. You understand? So pride, man, and this is all part of pride, man. This devil is building all kinds of different infrastructures, man. All right, in this damn economy. All right, like the brother just read. Read that again.
All right. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished,
okay,
but we will return and build the desolate places.
Yeah, we're impoverished, but we return and build the desolate places. Because when the so-called white man was brought to his lowest point, which the elder mentioned earlier about the Renaissance era, all right, he was impoverished at that time, but he built himself back up, all right, of course through prophecy. The Most High put the Spirit on him to rule this earth once again, as his ancestors did in the Greek Empire and the Roman Empire. All right, so all they did was fulfill prophecy, man, and that's what the so-called white man's doing till this day. That's what the way it's always been, man. Go ahead.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down.
Yeah. No matter how much you build, you can build more fucking condominiums and more skyscraper buildings. You can do all that. All right, it's in your hand to do it right now. But that shit ain't gonna last, man. The Most High has a demolition job He's gonna do to you, man. He's gonna break you down. That's actually what the word destruction actually means, to break down, man, the structure of, to destructure you, man. The so-called white man and his rulership, which is America, is going to be destroyed.
Yep.
According to the Bible, he's the biblical Edomite. Read.
And they shall call them the border of wickedness.
Yeah, everywhere the so-called white man goes, everywhere that he's at, for example, you got Germany. Those are ran by so-called white people. Germany's ran by so-called white people now. You got France. Those are ran by so-called white people. Britain. The so-called white man rules there. All the major continents, mainly.
Australia too, right?
Australia, yeah. Oh, yep. They were the refugees of the damn the British, man.
Right. Cruising, they have a stock market. They got their own stock market.
So that's the border of wickedness, meaning all the major continents of the earth, the so-called white man, wherever he rules, that's where wickedness is, man. Don't think for a second that the so-called white man over there in Britain and Germany and all of and Russia, that they're less of an Edomite than the Edomite over here. It's just these Edomites over here are the most proud, man. You know? But they're all Edomites at the same time. And the Lord said the house of Esau, meaning the entire nation of Esau. All right, beginning with the Rothschilds, you know, those are now common names amongst the world. If you don't know about the Rothschilds, you're in a damn rock, under a rock somewhere. You don't even live in the whatever century this is, man. What is it, 21st century? Go ahead.
And the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever.
There you go.
Con. Yeah, this is Psalms 49 and 11. It says, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
See? And what is that? What is that showing? Pride. Once again, that's showing pride. It's a lot. We gotta get you in there. Camera's on.
No, it's cool.
Oh yeah, and
it's cool because you got it live. So.
And with this elites, man, fucking Maya Angelou Barrow was the one that created this current economic system that we under right now. Back then.
That's right. What did he say?
He didn't have the technology. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's cool. What did he say? He said, "Give me the control over the nation's currency, and I care now who makes the laws." Read that again, Swag.
Gun. This is Psalms 49 and 11. And their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
Right. The so-called white man's inward thought, his heart of hearts, his pride that he has in his spirit, says that he's going to continue forever. He's not going to be destroyed, man. All right, that's why you got the wickedness running rampant in the earth like you do, man. No consequences, man. Get Habakkuk, first chapter, the 3rd verse. Go ahead.
And their dwelling places to all generations.
Yeah, their dwelling places, because now they got all the major continents of the world. They rule in every major government in the world, so they feel as if they're never going to be taken down. But they're hated by the Most High, all right? They're the hated nation. The Most High set them up, all right? And then for a certain amount of time, and then you're gonna bring them down. We in this downfall, okay?
They call their lands after their own names.
Right. They call the names after their own names. They call the land, after their own names, man. That's why you got Africa. Africa is actually named after the brother of Africanus, Asianus, Leo Scipio Asianus, man. All right, which he took over that continent of Africa, which is belonged to the so-called Africans, man. But also, then over here in America, all right, the contemporary of Christopher Columbus, Amerigo Vespucci, they named this land after that damn devil. Okay. A so-called white man, all right? Asia, that was Leo Scipio Africanus' brother, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, in the history, all right? Leo Scipio Asianus, man. So they called, see, because the so-called white man rules over there in Russia, that's known as the continent of Asia. Go ahead.
Job 20 verse 4. Knowest thou not this of all? Since man was placed upon the earth.
Yeah, ever since the old time. That's the way it's always been. It's always been that way. All right? From the Egyptians to the Assyrians, like the brother brought out earlier, to the Babylonians. It's been like that ever since. It's never changed. America is not any different, man. Okay? Go ahead.
Says that the triumphing of the wicked is short.
The triumphing of the wicked, meaning the so-called white race who are the wicked that have rulership on the earth, all right, it's not going to be forever. All right? It's short in the Most High's time. Because a day with the Lord is as 1,000 years. You see? So this so-called white man is going down according to the Bible. All right? He's the biblical Edomite. He's about to be taken out of his rulership. All right? It's for a short time. Hold up. Job 14:5. Is there more than that?
Yeah, one more.
Go ahead.
And the joy of the hypocrite, but for a moment.
Yeah, the so-called white man's the biggest hypocrite on the face of the earth, man. All right, what is a hypocrite? An actor. All right, one that does not show their true self. You know, that's why you got the liberals and the conservatives and the Democrats and the Republicans. What did you say, Art?
Far right and the far left.
Yeah, the far right and the far left. Right? You got the damn political parties, man. They literally pretend like they're at odds with one another. Democrat against Republican, right? But really, they part of the same. They just hypocrites, man. They all part of the same system.
Yeah. But you know, that's wrong. All over again. You know, because it goes back to what the patricians.
Yep.
And the
plebeians.
The patricians and the plebeians.
Right.
There were two opposing sides, you know. So that's how you know that this place, America, called America, which America means bitter, by the way. All right. This is the rebirth of the Roman Empire, man. All right.
Right.
That's all America is. All right.
And just to add to your point, Elder, you got it's in the history that you got the coins that go back to Greece. What they had on it, an eagle. And then after Greece was Rome. What they had on the coin of Rome, an eagle. And then you go to America. What do you got on the coin, the quarter coins of America? The eagle, man. That's how, and that's one of the main indications to identify Edom or Esau in the Bible, man. You see? Was there more in that block?
Well, I got something. This is Revelations 12:12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them.
Right, the heavens is speaking of the rulership. The so-called white man's in his rulership, so he's supposed to rejoice. Lamentations tells us in 4:21 that rejoice, O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in Uz, man. All right, for the cup is going to come unto you. The so-called white man, if you're not a two-time loser, which is, you got a lot of so-called white people out here, bums, man. All right, you got Edomite bums out here in New York and throughout the major cities of the world. All right, they're supposed to be rejoicing. You're not supposed to be a damn bum if you're an Edomite. That don't make sense. You see? So you're a two-time loser, man. All right, but you're supposed to be rejoicing right now. Go ahead.
Woe to the inhabitants of the earth.
Woe unto the inhabitants. Woe means destruction. All right, destruction is coming. All right,
And of the sea.
the sea represents the people that's on this earth, man. All right, different people throughout this earth is going to feel the destruction, the wrath of the Most High. All right, because look, back in the history, you had World War I, right? That was a major skirmish. All right, then you had World War II, and this is now, we are in the after effects of World War II, where World War III is going to come at an instant, man. All right, and then that's when the thermonuclear holocaust is going to happen, man. All right, upon this world. So that's what the Lord is bringing. The last war, all right, is the battle of Armageddon according to the scriptures, which is known as World War III. All right.
For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath.
The devil. It said the devil is come down unto you. Meaning what? You cannot. You would have to be able to identify, all right, a rulership on the earth that will be called the devil. Well, we just went through it. The scriptures say the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. So who is identified as the wicked in the Bible? We went back to the scriptures that told you about Esau, how he rules with the sword. The Edomites, all right, are the ones that's the devil, man. Devil just means deceiver. Because what the so-called white man did during when he got back into power, during the Renaissance era, he put up the one whom the world calls Jesus Christ to be a so-called white man with blonde hair and blue eyes. Right? Go ahead, Al.
It says, for the devil has come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
Going right back to that sword. Indeed, you so-called white people are the devil the Bible speaks of. And you're going, and your people, all right, the ones that are in government and that's in the military and the armies, they're going to come through these cities of America in great wrath, destroying, and that's called martial law.
Right.
Okay. Got it.
Right. This is Daniel 7:25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until the time and times and the dividing of time.
Hey, because when you understand this scripture, this actually goes back to the history of Greece. This goes back to one of the main characters, all right, in Greek history, man. Besides Alexander the Greek, this is talking about one of his 4 generals through his line, through one of the 4 generals' line, in particular Seleucus, man. It's talking about Antiochus right there in the history. And when you read about the history about Antiochus, he was a treacherous devil, man. He's the one that is responsible for Jakes being Greeks, man. For what you call, you know, for black Greeks. That's what that damn devil did. That's called Hellenization. He Hellenized Israel, meaning he forced to not keep the law, statutes, and commandments of their ancestors, the Hebrews, man. But now we talking about America. So you got the so-called white man in America doing the same thing, just like he did back in Greece and Rome. Go ahead.
But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion to consume and destroy it unto the end. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High.
Ah, see that? That's the transition. The Most High said, hold up. The transition, I just got to get it with the scriptures. It's Ecclesiasticus.
Have somebody get it for you.
Okay. Got your apocrypha, bro? Here, just read this for me. It's the Rock 10, verse 8.
All right. This is Sirach 10:8. Because of unrighteous dealings.
Unrighteous dealings. The brother went into it earlier, man. All right. The so-called white man is upholding faggots and lesbians. No consequences. All right. You got this transgender thing going crazy. All right. In the world. This is unrighteous dealings, man. All right. But furthermore, in the history, the so-called white man conquered our people, man. The Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. He broke all the treaties that he made with the Gadites, the Reubenites, so-called Native American Indians, man, who was on this land. This is stolen land, man. Biological warfare. Many atrocities, man, was committed. All right?
Oppression of the saints.
Come on, bro. So unrighteous dealings. Who's responsible for that? The devil. The so-called white man, the Edomite. He's going to pay for it. Go ahead.
Injuries and riches got by deceit.
Riches got by deceit. America has been made rich, all right, by deceit. All right, the so-called white man has been ruling with great riches, all right, by deceit, saying that, oh, we got this by manifest destiny, and the Native Americans traded us the island of Manhattan for a couple of beads, man. Get the F out of here, man.
So I guess the Negroes just came over here.
Yeah, we just
wanted to work. We were just looking for a good time.
Hey, we were indentured servants.
Indentured servants, it must have been.
Because that's what they're trying to teach in the school systems, right? Now they're trying to take that deceit. The so-called white man, all right, is trying to take slavery out of their history, man. All right, by saying no, the Negroes came over here as indentured servants.
Fuck out of here.
Nah, man. That's deceit, man. Because who built up this damn society?
Wasn't paid for.
And wasn't paid for. The so-called Negroes. All right, you so-called Negroes did, man. All right, and this land was stolen from the so-called Native Americans, so-called Seminole Indians, and so-called Mexicans, all the way down to South America, man. Go ahead, bro.
All right. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
Go back to that scripture, all right?
Right. Daniel 7:27, and the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven.
That's talking about the rulership is about to be shifted, man. The Most High is about to shift the rulership, man. Out of the so-called white man's hands into his son's hands, whom the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ, Yahushua. That's who we waiting to return. All right? And when he returns, then we are going to be a rulership with him. Because he's going to take the throne on this earth, man. He's going to subjugate all you so-called white people, all you so-called Africans, all you so-called Arabs, all you East Indians. Every last one of you heathen nations is going into slavery according to the Bible. That's how the rulership is going to be shifted. Go ahead.
Shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High.
Said what? The kingdom's going to be given to who?
The people of the saints of the Most High.
Everybody is not a saint. Every nation was not to be created to be a saint. Only the saints are found in the scriptures to be Israelites. Not so-called white people. Not so-called Africans, not Arabs, not East Indians. Not the whole world. The whole world, or all the other nations, is nothing according to the Bible, according to the Most High.
Isaiah 14:21.
No, get 14:1. Yeah, 14:1. Lord willing, we'll get there.
All right. Isaiah 14:1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob. And will yet choose Israel.
Yeah, the Lord said he's gonna have mercy on Jacob, man. I didn't hear mercy for Esau. I didn't hear mercy for Ham. I didn't hear mercy for no other people. Jacob is the progenitor of the Israelites. Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, man. Okay? You got a scripture? Go ahead, bro. Real quick.
This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means.
Let no man deceive you. What man has deceived you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, huh? First of all, you going by names that are not even nationalities. You calling your nationality by colors, directions, all right? Days of the damn week, all right? Names that don't identify a nationality, man. That's what the so-called white man has done to you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, man. He's deceived you. Oh, I'm not an Israelite. You see, y'all with that mindset that won't consider that you are the children or you the chosen people of God. You are part of what the scriptures call the two-thirds, man. All right. If you don't adhere to not being called by these names, man, which is given by the ones that hate you, man. Thank you. This brother just said it, man. Go ahead, Doc.
For that day shall not come except there come a falling away first.
Yeah, our people have fell away. That's why majority of our people don't adhere to what we're saying here. That's why they always walk by and say something slick or just can't seem to grasp what's going on. Because the Most High blinded them overall, man. But they fell away. We fell away as a nation. But the Lord is bringing us back again. And he's only bringing the elect, man.
Can I say something,
yes,
brother?
Please.
Like the brothers going into, like the scriptures going into, man. Because you got the house of unconscious niggas.
Yeah.
Name one slave that called themselves a Hebrew Israelite.
Right. Yeah.
What Native American called themselves a Hebrew Israelite?
Right.
The scripture told you right there it's going to be a falling away. The brother brought it out earlier. They was going to be discontinued from their heritage. Right. But once again, like the brother just said, You're blinded. What then? Israel have not obtained that which he's seeking for. You're seeking for the truth. You're seeking for it, man. You got zeal, but not according to knowledge. You're seeking for the truth, the way, the light. But you were blinded. But the elect have obtained it.
Precept. This is Romans 9:25. As he saith also in OC, I will call them my people, which were not my people.
There you go. Meaning what? The falling away that came, all right, by way of slavery, loss of identity, our losing our heritage, okay? That's the prophecy that came to pass upon us, all right, being put in slavery by the other nations, beginning with the so-called white man, all right? Go ahead.
And her beloved, which was not beloved.
There you go. And beloved, that was not beloved, man. Because the Most High said, you are the apple of my eye. The Most High said, you only have I known out of all nations on the earth. So this is all talking about the punishment. But when you check it out, there's evidence. The Most High had it to where there was still evidence of the so-called Native Americans and the indigenous people of this land, even to the so-called Negroes, all right, how they came from Hebrew people, man. How they weren't Africans, man. All right, how they wasn't just savages like the so-called white man calls you. You got books like From Babylon to Timbuktu, James Adair, the history of the Native American Indian, and multiple other books that actually give you evidence, man, of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans have going back to the Hebrew Israelites, man.
Yeah,
So,
having the customs of the Israelites, of the ancient Israelites. You know, like the fringes. You know, so-called North American Indians, they wear fringes. You know, they practice the land Sabbath. That's in the scriptures. Certain tribes, okay, they would be on that part of the land for a certain amount of time, and then they would leave that part of the land, which goes back into the law, statute, commandments of the Most High, man. 6 years you're supposed to farm the land. On the 7th year you're supposed to leave the land, man. The land Sabbath, all right. And also too, when Esau came over here, he had to bring Hebrew interpreters. Why is that? Why? Because they spoke Hebrew over here. And it's on, I forgot what stone that they found of Gad.
Was it Gad?
Yeah, it was a Gad, I believe. Yeah, it was one of them stones that actually had Hebrew on it.
Yeah, it's called like the Los Lunas.
Right, yeah.
And they got the 10 Commandments on it. Right. They got the 10 Commandments written in the Lashawan Kodash, not the Assyrian, in the Paleo Hebrew. Now, why is that? Because you are the chosen people of God, man. You are the Israelites.
And that's why the curses happen to us. And it's written right in the Bible.
Isaiah 5:13. Therefore my people are gone into captivity because they have no knowledge.
See? Yeah, brother.
Yeah, we have no knowledge. Partially our knowledge which suits us up. All right. Partially our knowledge which suits us up, which we are suited up into, is the nationality thing, man. Like we going into Israel, the 12 tribes, the people on this side have an identity crisis. When you look at the people on this side today, they into all different type of nationalities, religions. They're trying to be Buddhist. Some of our people trying to be Roman Catholic. Some of our people just want to be transgenders. They want to be Buddhist. They always trying to figure out who the hell they are. They got an identity crisis. And the top identity crisis of our people right now is that they don't know who they are according to the Bible. They love the Bible. They understand that there is a Most High, a single creator who created them even, and is in control of their circumstances in America, but they don't know who that man is. They don't know his name. They don't know their own nationality, man. All peoples, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. But that's part of the hell we catching here in America.
That's Isaiah 5:13, right? Yep. Isaiah chapter 5, verse 13. Therefore,
My people are gone into captivity.
Who fits this narrative, man? You look at cargo slave ships, transatlantic slave trade, all right? That included Negroes, man. American Negroes, what you call West Indians today, what you call Haitians today, all right? Who else went into the same captivity amongst the Negroes? You had Gad and Reuben, who are North American Indians and Seminole Indians, so-called, all right? Because there's books out there about showing you that they were oppressed together, man. All right, these are two tribes of the nation of Israel coming back together, being joined together in one oppression. The oppression is from our enemy, according to the scriptures, Edomites, the so-called white man.
Because they have no knowledge.
The knowledge is what we obtain, all right? And I was talking about putting on the knowledge is like breathing life back into it. A lot of what we consider ourselves is enlightened, all right? Through the Spirit of the Lord. When you cause, with the word inspire, to be inspired means to breathe, comes from inspire meaning breathe, man. All right? The life was breathed back into us through this word, through the knowledge of the Bible. Now we know who we are. All right? Once we know who we are, we practice to our best abilities the law, statutes, and commandments. Brotherhood, faith, patience, all right? Hope, endurance, affliction, understanding why we in the situation we are, fully and grasping it through the scriptures that are prepared for us to read, man.
And their honorable men are famished, and their multitude dried up with thirst.
Are not our people out here thirsty, hungry for some type of understanding of who they are? You telling me we just left stranded here in America to take on whatever ideology is of the week? Because our people go along with trends. Whatever's trendy, they want to be that. So there has to be one core value system for our people, and that's the Bible, right? And it flows with our spirit. It's nothing contradictory to who we naturally are, all right? We don't like our meat bloody anyway. The scriptures tell you, cook your meat, never eat meat raw and bloody, okay?
Yeah, that's why the scriptures say, the spirit bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Lord. Right here in this book, right here inside the Holy Bible, man. All right? Right here inside the Bible, teaches you and shows you, because this is the history book, man, of the nation of Israel and all the nations on the earth. This is a book of what? The past, the present, and the future. All right? And the future of America is what? Destruction and death. All right? Because America shall be destroyed. All right? By who? By the Most High, man. Yahweh and his son, Yahweh Shai. All right? Yahweh the Father and Yahweh Shai the Son. And Yahweh Shai is coming back with the chariots and the angels to bring fire on this place, man. And the nations are going to shoot nuclear missiles over here to destroy America. America's talking shit right now to Russia. Oh, yo, give back Crimea. Are we going to keep them sanctions up on you? All right?
Anti-ballistic missile system.
You know? And they even talk about starting wars with them, man. Even though it's inevitable because it's prophesied in the Bible. All right?
Joel chapter 3 verse 19. Egypt shall be a desolation and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness.
America is called for Egypt, all right? Why? Because it's the same place that Israelites were in bondage. We were in bondage in the past in ancient Egypt. We're in bondage today in modern day Egypt. The principles of America carry on the same as ancient Egypt, all right? You have the Pharaoh who sits as the president today, all right? You have the dollar bill showing you all this Egyptian artifacts on the back of the dollar bill. You have masonry, which is a principal foundation of America, all right? You have Washington, D.C. You have the worship of Amen-Ra here, all right? On the back of the dollar bill with the all-seeing eye, going back to the Eye of Horus. So it's not hard to see that, you know?
For the violence against the children of Judah.
Start over.
All right. Joel chapter 3 verse 19. Egypt shall be a desolation and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness.
Right, desolation means to be utterly wiped out, and that's the day we speedily coming towards, man. Because somebody get Revelation 1:1 real quick. Yeah, go ahead.
Because somebody can have to, break in.
Yeah, brother, I got it.
Just to show you also about the correlation that the brother's talking about, it said Egypt shall be a desolation and Edom a desolate wilderness. The ancient Hamites rule ancient Egypt. Those they're already destroyed. But then it said Edom. So who rules modern day Egypt? Edomites.
Ancient Egypt, bro. Go ahead.
Revelations 1:1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
Revelation of Yahweh Shah, right? Who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, a so-called black man from the tribe of Judah. Today would be called a Negro, all right, or a nigger. Go ahead.
Which the Most High gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass.
Must shortly come to pass, and that's the things we're going through. If the Lord's return is shortly to come to pass, that means shortly meaning speedily, in a hurry, not long, not tarrying long. All right, so we in our lifetime we expecting to see the return of the Lord. So we're supposed to keep a certain conduct about ourselves as Israelites. All right, faithful men who believe in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shah and the deliverance that he's prophesied that he'll have on his an elect of the nation of Israel, because this thing isn't for every black person. We not Black Lives Matter. All right, this thing ain't for black people. This thing is for Israelites, and even more specifically, only an elect, a small remnant, is going to be delivered out of the hell that's going to encompass America. But read on. Where you was at?
It says,
that was it. That was it. Speak.
It says, for the violence against the children of Judah.
And what happened here in America is important. People don't like to bring up history because it rattles a lot of feathers. All right, you step on people's toes. People don't like to be offended with their own history, but they like to put their history in your face. All right, when it comes to Gad, telling the Gadites, the North American, so-called North American Indians, saying they don't want their name redskin with the Redskins, what are they? The Redskins?
Yeah, Redskins.
Right. They don't want that image representing them for a football team, right? The Redskins. When they come up and protest about that, what happens? People say, yo, you're taking it too seriously. Chill out. So when we bring up slavery as it is, as we're supposed to, because the Bible edifies us on why slavery happened, people reject that, man. Yeah. Mainly our people. But in order to know prophecy, you got to know history, man, because you don't know where you came from and where you're headed. Go ahead.
It says, because they have shed innocent blood.
We're talking about shedding of innocent blood for the people on this side, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That happened here. That's American history. We're not too far from that time when Jake was getting hung out here, all right, shot down. We still getting shot down, all right, by our oppressor, okay, and they get let off the hook. You can't show me one police officer that did some hardcore time after shooting down one of our tribesmen, our brothers. You know?
It says, because they have shed innocent blood in their land.
So there it is, because. So you have a cause and you have effect. You have a action, and then you have the punishment that follows that action. The punishment that's going to follow the action of slavery in America and the taking down of North American Indians and all the way to South Central and South America, the punishment is nuclear destruction. Okay? Because the Lord created men to create these weapons, man. All right? Can the pot speak back to the potter? Why did you create me like this? So Oppenheimer and your Nazi scientists created, split the atom, split the nucleus, and created this bomb technology to ignite this whole country, man. As in the days of Sodom and Gomorrah, so would America be. Go ahead. That was it.
Yeah, get it.
I got something.
About the Smiths.
I get it.
Was that 6?
I got it. I got it.
Isaiah 56, maybe?
I got it.
You got it?
This is Isaiah chapter 54, verse 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire.
So everything is a creation. Even the most cruel, what the world considers cruel people, like Hitler,
all right, or Stalin, Joseph Stalin from Russia, or Mao Zedong, or whatever his name, or Kim Jong-un, right? All right, or Trump. Everything is created to have a purpose. That's on Proverbs 16 and 4. Real quick, somebody. So as this, let somebody else get it, brother. So read that part again.
All right, this is Isaiah.
Go ahead.
Proverbs 16 and 4. It reads, "The Lord have made all things for himself, yea, even..."
Hold on. You got to catch it.
Salak.
Proverbs 16 and 4. "The Lord have made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil."
The Lord made all things for himself, man. Even the wicked for the day of evil. He sent men to create, holy men to create this earth and create everything in it. All right? So even down to the very person who's in charge of countries, the Lord set them up for that purpose. All right? Either to be hard-headed and work against, to show his power, to work against the people, or righteousness to show his power, or creating a righteous society like he did under King Solomon. But the wicked is created for a specific purpose. And then they serve their purpose up until the time of judgment. How is it hard to see what the purpose of the so-called white man is? His track record proves he's wicked, man. Every time he's in office or every time he's ruling, something drastic happens, man. Well, many people die because of it. And then he's so deceitful that he lies about it, or he has something called cover-ups when you never knew it even existed. Can you tell me right now where all these billions of trillions of dollars is going into? All right? Can you locate the heart machine and what's taking place right now with it? You can't, man. Can you locate the nearest scientist who's creating new diseases for chemical warfare, for future military attacks on different foreign lands? You can't. So the so-called white man's mischief is like that. But the Bible exposes him fully. And that's what prophets are set up for. That's what time we in, to expose this devil for who he is. Go ahead.
It says, Isaiah chapter 54, verse 16. "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire."
The ancient day smiths were blacksmiths, all right? You got ironsmiths, right? Different types, weaponsmiths, all right? Who would take fashion metal with fire, okay? So the Lord created them, read on.
"And that bringeth forth an instrument for his work."
Right, and they brought forth swords, all right, daggers, all right, darts, so forth and so on. War weaponry, right?
"And I have created the waster to destroy."
So we still on that war ideology. We are still on that war example. So the Lord creates men that create war, and he creates men that create technology for men that warfare, man. Men that war. And the next war is going, what the scriptures tell you, it's going to be the Medes, all right? Involve the Medes, modern day Russia, right? It's going, Gog and Magog. It's like, I meant to say Gog and Magog, all right? Modern day Russia, all right? And then you're going to have Idumea, Edom, man, who are the so-called white men today. You're going to have, that speaks of the valley of Jehoshaphat, the Yahweh Shaphat, all right? The Most High's judgment, okay? Because the Most High is a terrible thing to fall into the hands of the Most High, all right? So that's what we up here representing. The laws and the judgments of the Most High for the penalties that was committed on American soil that everybody else wants to look over, man. But the scriptures, all throughout the scriptures, they talk about the penalty that's to come before this place, America.
Right.
That was it? That was it, right?
Oh, yeah, that was
all right, go ahead.
This is Revelation 9 and 16. "And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000.
Now we're talking about a different representation of war. All right, horses represent war, meaning the power, and even lions represent war. All right, certain animals represent war in the scriptures because it's all parabolic. It's all for the people in the know to understand and break down to the people that's not in the know. Hey, somebody want to go ahead with it? Start it over.
All right, this is
Revelation 9.
I'm gonna get it.
Revelation 9.
I got it. Revelation 9 and 16. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000.
That's 200 million. The army of the horsemen is talking about nuclear ICBM missiles, man. Intercontinental ballistic missiles. The same missiles that Kim Jong-un is hyping up for the world to know that he's launching. And they launch it. I think it was something around five missile attempt launches that they've done so far this year. America did a few last month. All right, in the beginning of the month, matter of fact. So we in that time when missiles is being launched, right? That was it?
No.
Go ahead.
And I heard the number of them, and thus I saw the horses in a vision, and then I sat on them having breastplates of fire and of jacinth and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone.
Yeah, because that lion, the power of the lion is in his head, in his mouth. All right, the power of the lion is in his head, where his teeth are. So the power of the ICBM missile is in the head, the top, which is where the nuclear warhead resides. The rest of the missile is a shell, all right, which has fuel in it, which propels the missile. Once the missile gets to a certain level, it breaks off, it breaks apart, and the only thing left is a guided system technology, and a missile guided technology, which is a computer, and the warhead itself. The rest of the missile breaks off into the stratosphere, man. So that parable aligns with what we know today as ICBM technology. And what does it deliver? It delivers brimstone, because brimstone is what's left over after you have a nuclear capable fire. Something that hot. Go ahead.
By these three was the third part of men killed by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone which issue out of their mouths.
All right. Now this,
the third part of men is talking about the devil, the so-called white man.
Right.
All right? It's talking about Esau. That's the third part of men, you know? Right? Sons of the wicked, right. You got the sons of the righteous, the sons of the power, which are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You got the sons of men, which are the nations. And then you got the sons of the wicked, which is the so-called white man, the nation of Esau, the nation of Edom. All right? Because the Most High is going to destroy America. It's all throughout the scriptures. The Cold War is hot, man. You know? You know? Cold War is heating up. Because America is going to go into Iran, man. All right? America is going to have war with North Korea. And they're backed by who? They're backed by China. They're backed by Russia. And all the nations are going to join in this nuclear missiles over here to destroy America. I got a scripture right quick. This is Revelations 18:8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire.
That she's America. America's likened into a woman. Matter of fact, it's a specific woman. It tells you she's a mother of all harlots. Yep. All right. So that's America, taking on all the customs and ideologies of all other religions, putting it into one. All right. And having every other nation of people come here and make money off of it. She's known as the whore.
I got it right here. Revelations 18:3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
All nations drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. America's fornication is teaching that do as thou wilt. Teaching the nations, do as thou wilt. Teaching the nations, there is no God. Do what you want to do. Teaching the nations, come here and oppress Israel, the 12 tribes, the lost tribes. Man.
Yeah, that's that wine, man. That's that wine. You know that the wine is that democracy. You know, that Christianity, that religion. You know, that they spread throughout the four corners of the earth, and that all the other nations are into that now, man. You know, because why? They're having in Kenya, we having democratic elections, and they beefing over that because that's not their system, man. That's the wine of the wrath of the fornication of that hoe, that harlot. And that harlot represents America, like the brother went into. You know, that bitch called America, man. You know, yeah, that slut and that hoe that does business and spreads her wine, which is her philosophy, throughout the four corners of the earth. It says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
Hey, because you know what? During the time of Rome, you had a term called Pax Romana, which meaning what's that?
Roman peace.
Roman peace, right? Which is speaking of the influence that Rome had throughout all other countries, right. all other kingdoms. The term now is Pax Americana, meaning the influence America spreads throughout the world. Because there is an influence. What country isn't relying on American money, American media, American music, entertainment, movies, right? Or make their society directly aligned with America so that they can reap some of the benefits, right? What country doesn't do that? All nations do that. What nation don't do that? You know?
Yeah, export, man. You know, that's just making China paid out the a-hole, man. Because they said, damn, everything that we have in America, it comes from China, man. You know, so that's making China rich. Which, if China pulls out economically, or if China stops sending their imports over to America, the American economy is gonna go down, man. They're already talking about shutting the government down right now, man. All right? They do that damn near every year, or every couple of months. You're gonna shut the federal government down, because this place is out of here, man. You know? It says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
Imports, exports, mainly exports, right?
That's right. That's right. Exporting all that stuff over here to America, man. So they made rich. They get great business over here, man. Okay? Right now, they got them European devils, the European Edomites, them crackers, they going over to Ethiopia now. All right? Because they say they got the land and they can have the textile thing going, man. Making the clothes. All right? And that's what they're doing. All these nations are being made rich off of the abundance of our delicacies, man. Selling shit over here.
It's a consumer economy.
Yep, that's right. That's right, the consumer economy, like the brother said. All right? And it says,
what I mean by consumer economy is that your money doesn't necessarily go right back to you. Right. The average American, the money goes right through their hands into somebody else. You know, they don't really save the money, they don't invest money. People around here invest in nothing. They invest in. They invest in a membership at the gym. That's not an investment, right? That increases in value over time, man. They don't invest in that. They spend their money on this fabric, that fabric. That's why we have so many stores around here, even in this city. Yeah. It's nothing but stores. You pay the camera. You go to other countries, it's houses, man. It's people living there. It's not necessarily stores. They close down at a certain time, but over here, people buy 24/7. Because there's always something to buy, there's always something new to have, and there's always some product that's being sold to you that you must have. By being built by another country. Where do phones come from? Not America. Where these cars coming from? Not America. Where these clothes come from? Thailand? Where? Taiwan, China?
Vietnam. That economic amplifier, which is advertising.
Hey, it's gotten so bad, people got so accustomed to buying foreign,
that you're not even looked at as pop trend. But the trend is now foreign made, foreign cause. Your clothes is foreign. You're not looked at as any shit if you got American made anything anymore.
The best brand of so-called clothing is Italian type clothing.
Yeah, it's foreign.
They call Ferragamo and all that crazy Versace, that's all.
Yeah, these are the top companies.
Those are the top companies.
The top cars, Maserati, BMW, these are all foreign cars. So the countries, the nations has got rich by selling us they shit.
Oh, Toyota. Toyota's a damn Japanese car.
Toyota, Honda, Mitsubishi, Nissan.
Ain't nobody buying no Ford cars, man.
Nissan.
GM.
Yep, Nissan, yep.
Honda. Come on, man.
Honda, yeah, exactly.
I never seen nobody rushing to the Chrysler to buy a Chrysler. You don't even see a Chrysler on the street no more.
Hardly, barely.
So that's showing you we in America. That's showing you, that's lining up directly with the scriptures that the nations is becoming fat. Somebody making money off of all these other foreign products here in America, in my face everywhere. All right.
It says, I'm gonna go to 5. It's a lot here. Yeah, this is Revelations. Revelations 18 and 5. It says, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities.
Yeah, most in America in particular right now, her sins have reached the heaven. All right, because America have all the tribes here oppressed together. We were just going into exports and doing business with other nations, America. None of the tribes is really getting rich off of this. None of the tribes is getting rich off of this. You had tribes that had their own countries, like case in point Venezuela. Venezuela ain't getting rich. America's working to undermine Venezuela for the oil. That's why they're in a tragic situation right now. But this is a top oil rich country, and they have complete hyperinflation over there.
Research?
You got a quick one?
Yes. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as deaf, and cannot be satisfied. But gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
That's talking about the military aims of America. Because another thing America likes to do is do business with a country who wants to either invade or do business with a country that is important for it to have a military base there. Case in point, they got a country in Africa called Djibouti. Right, where the D is solid. I used to think that's it, right? It's called Djibouti, right? Djibouti's positioned right where Saudi Arabia, Yemen is at right now. That's one of the most important sea passageways for commerce right there, right? Where some 75% of oil goes through there, right? So now America just wants a base there. They go to a country and they give it gifts and they set up a base. And that's how they move. That's why the scriptures say they heap up all nations to themselves, man. America got over 1,000 military bases, foreign. You know? That was it, right? That was it.
There's only 10 countries without war. Right now in the world, I believe there's only 10 countries left without war. Like, without chaos.
All right, brother, I got a scripture for you. This is Proverbs 21 and 26. He coveteth greedily all the day long.
And we talking about the so-called white man, Esau, according to the Bible. All right? You covet, man. You covet the Israel, man. You covered everything that the Lord set up for us in the kingdom of heaven. That's why you working so hard to undermine this truth coming out. That's why you never see us on TV. All right? You see us in a movie here and there. All right? You see us on the show here and there. But we're not popularized. All right? Right now, hate groups is in the media. The President Trump just quoted he's against hate groups, and KKK and any other form of hate groups, right? And nobody's as diligent as we are. KKK might show up every once in a blue moon, but they classify us as a hate group according to their own classifications through the government, man. Southern Poverty Law Center. All
All right?
Yeah, it says he coveteth greedily all the day long. Yeah, that's the so-called white man. Why do you think he came over here, man? It was prophecy. It was prophesied that the so-called white man was going to come over here. And because he coveteth greedily all the day long, man. This devil could never get enough, man. All right? He came over here because he knew that the Israelites was over here. And it was prophesied in the Bible, number one. And to get the natural resources of this land, man. You know? Because in Europe, they wasn't doing too hot, man. So, yo, you know what? We gonna go with America and rape, rob, thief.
Yeah, lie.
Man, they didn't buy a goddamn thing. They stole every goddamn thing. Oh, yeah, lie, yeah. Rape, rob, lie, steal, swindle, scam, bamboozle, however many words you want to use. Because he covered greedily all the day long. Now, who's the main one of them bastards, man? The elites of the society. The international bankers, the Rothschilds, man. The Gettys, the DuPonts. Like the brother was going into earlier, what? He said, just give me all the money. Give me all the money. I don't care what laws they make. What's righteous about that? All right? Because he covered greedily all the day long, man. Bring it out.
James chapter 5 verse 1. Go to know, ye rich men, weep, howl for your misery that shall come upon you.
Yeah, brother, break it down.
Yeah, so the rich man of the society, man, sat with the top elites, man, the Rothschild family, man, who changed their name from Rothschild to the power. So those are the top people, man, the top nations of Esau. Those are the ones that run America, Europe, and the whole world. So the Lord, man, is going to take away all these so-called white people, man. Edomites, Esau, he's going to expose you, man. He's going to take away your riches. What he gonna do is he's gonna crash the stock market. Then he's gonna make people know that you is the one that rules the world, man. He's gonna take all your gold, all your silver away, man. Ain't gonna have nothing to survive, man. You're gonna be howling and weeping because these so-called white people, man. You're born with a so-called silver spoon in your mouth, man. You didn't work a day of your life, man. You never did construction. Family passed up your company to you, third generation, second generation. They didn't want to talk shit about us, man, so we gotta get over slavery in 400 years, man.
Yeah, that's why when your economy crash, you're gonna be like Randolph and Mortimer Duke and covered and paid it. And what's that shit called? Trading places.
Yeah.
Trading places. Turn those machines back on. That's how y'all gonna be, man.
It was incoming to America too.
Yeah, they was incoming to America too. They got their money back.
Right.
They're gonna be jumping off these buildings, man. Back. Your riches are corrupted and your garments are moth-eaten. The stock market, man, that's a corrupt system, man. It's usually your credit card, your dollar bill, man, all that it ain't backed by gold, silver, slave. Your money must be backed by something, man. The dollar bill, man, ain't backed by shit. So when that time comes, man, for the most part, to crash the stock market, man. Only people that didn't invest in gold or silver, even though the silver white man ain't gonna give you what he say for you in gold and silver. But the Lord said to the Israelites, man, the elect is gonna eat in that day. But all these so-called white people, man, damn elites, man, the gold, the silver, man, is on tanking, man.
It doesn't have intrinsic value.
The gold and the silver is skanking, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, man. So the ones that's going to be a witness against you so-called white people, man, especially the elites, man, is the Israelites.
You got something, man? Yeah.
No.
Oh, good.
This is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 4. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say,
yeah, what is Babylon, man? Who is the daughter of Babylon? America. The word Babylon means confusion, man. America is that confused land, man. And the new king of Babylon is who? Donald Trump, man. If you don't know, man, America is a monarch, and America got that king, man. So the Lord is saying this, man. Take this parable, man, up against Babylon, man, up against America. So we all here today, man, confronting these so-called Edomites, man. These people I mean, these so-called white people, crackers who know the Edomites in the Bible, man. Telling you, man, that America is Babylon.
It reads on, it says, how have the how have the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased?
Yeah, man, we oppress on an hourly basis, man. The air we breathe is oppressing us. The water we drinking, man, is oppressing us, man. Our kids going to your school is oppressing us, man. The laws the so-called white man created, man, it's come against us. You got a woman married to a woman, you got gay marriage, lesbian marriage, man. You got chemicals in the air, man. So you oppress all the time, man.
Then some of the water they make, they could put stuff in the water and make it look like spring water. They could put some thing in it and make it look clear. You know, they could put some in some type of tablets in the water and make it look clear and sell it as spring water and just bottle it up, you know. So-called white man, a devil, man.
That was the point. That was it? Yeah, I got a scripture right here. This is Psalm chapter 94. Psalm 94. Let me see. I'm gonna start at 15, man. Psalm 94 and 15. It says, I'll start at 14. It says, for the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, will not cast off his people.
Yeah, who's the Lord's people, man? The Lord's people is the elect people on the tribe, man. Starting from Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulon, Ephraim, Manasseh, Dan, Reuben, man. Naphtali, Asher, and Issachar. The one Donald Trump like talking shit about, man. Because our brothers, man. We got brothers. We got to elect brothers, man, in Mexico, man. Issachar, right? Those are our brothers, man. So the Lord and Castaway, man, the Issacharites, the Judites, the West Indians, man, all the Native America. Yeah, he cast away his people, but he cast away the 2/3, man. But the elect is forever.
Neither will he forsake his inheritance.
Yeah, the Lord inheritance, man, is Israel, man. The Lord gave his inheritance to who? The son, Yahushua. And Yahushua is joint heirs, man, with his men. The same one the Lord gave to create this world, man. So the Lord is going to cast away people, man.
We're joint heirs with Yahushua.
Yeah, we are joint heirs with Yahushua, man. Whatever Yahushua have, man, he is going to give to his brothers, man.
Right. Verse 15. But judgment shall return unto righteousness.
Yeah, so the reason why there was judgment for the Israelites, man, and judgment is going to return unto righteousness, man. So whatever you do, man, you might see the wicked coming up against you, because we got to be judged for what we did, man, in our past life.
Yeah, that's more. It said, and all the upright in heart shall follow it. And you was talking about the elect, right?
Yeah.
Because that's who the upright is, man. At the end of it all, the Lord has an upright, man. He has an upright remnant, all right, that he's going to seal and he's going to deliver out of this damn, this hell, you know?
And the Apostle God said, how you going to know the part of the elect, man, got to keep doing this, man. Keep doing shows over and over again, man. Keep being brotherly to brothers, checking up on brothers, man. Keep coming out here in the camp. Keep coming out here in the 4 seasons, man. That's how you know you're part of the elect. That the Lord is going to say, you are the elect. So we ain't saved yet, man. We're going to be saved on the last trumpet.
Verse 16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers?
And so who? I hope
What's up?
Psalms?
Yeah, that's the book of Psalms, yeah. Psalm 94 and 16. Yeah.
Yeah, but King David asking the Lord, man, who, man, is going to rise up against the wicked, man, and against the evil? Because when we sing those prayers, man, we pray to the Lord, man, to bring judgment, man, upon the Edomites, the heathens, man, and even the 2/3 all people. So the Lord hear our prayers, man, every day.
Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity, man?
Most time, man, is going to stand up against you, man, against the workers of iniquity. The words of iniquity is what? Sin upon sin upon sin, man. That's the so-called white man. But you see, the so-called white man might be prospering through his wickedness, and we doing righteousness, man. So the Most High keep giving the so-called white man rope, man. There's not enough rope for him to hang himself without nuclear missiles, man. So as the scriptures say, man, if you see the oppressor, man, living it up, man, you're supposed to want to have what the oppressor have, man. So the stuff you're gonna have in in the kingdom of heaven, man. We are going to have the righteousness, man. So whatever Esau had, man, it's all wickedness. How you got about?
No, go ahead, bro. Yeah, I'm just gonna read one more verse. Verse 20. Let me skip down to verse 20. It says, "Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law?"
Yeah, the throne of iniquity is a so-called white man. Everything he got, man, he got about mischief. How did he get America, man? He stole America. He said he was gonna come over here because he got lost on the voyage to India, man. That's the goddamn lie. He know that our brothers was over here, man. The tribe of Gad, the tribe of Reuben, the tribe of Ephraim, the tribe of Simeon. He know that our brothers was over here, man. So the Lord ain't forget what the so-called white man did to our people. They're gonna bring swift judgment upon him.
He said he's framing for mischief by law, right? Here, what he's doing with Issachar, right? They putting them in them detention centers, and they making money because they got investments on the banks, J.P. Morgan and all them. They got investments in them detention centers, so they making money on the other hand, you know. But they making it legal to put them in there, and then they making money off of that.
Yeah, brother, I got a scripture. Yeah, this is Jeremiah 51:7. It says, "Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that made all the earth drunken."
Yeah, the Most High said Babylon, man. America made the whole world drunken, man. With what? Democracy, man. Democracy destroyed countries, man. Well, this country had kings, man. No, this country had dictatorship. So-called white men said, no, you gotta have democracy, you gotta have election, you gotta give women rights to walk the street on a man, a woman rights to vote, a woman the rights to drive cars.
Better jobs.
Yeah, getting better jobs than the man. The kids rule the house, so democracy, man, is bullshit, man. And this American juice, man, the Babylon juice, man, it destroyed families, man, and it destroyed nations.
The nations have drunken of her wine.
Yeah, all these nations, man, they drink that wine of America, man. This America philosophy, man. Even the Arab countries, man, they got Catholic churches in their fucking countries, though, man. So all these countries, man, they see that America is a great Satan, man, and the devil. The only one that ain't seen that the so-called white man is the devil, man, is who? 2/3 of all people, man. We're gonna see the so-called white man homes very soon, man. Because last week, man, had a riot in Charlottesville, Virginia, man. This so-called white man was getting on you 2/3 niggas' ass, man. So you're gonna see the homes of the so-called white man, man, very soon.
Therefore, the nations are mad.
And the nations are mad, man. They finally figure out that so-called white man is the devil. Him on this dollar bill, he came over here, take all the natural resources, man, in Haiti, all the natural resources in Africa, in China, in Japan, in Afghanistan. He took all the oils in Afghanistan, in Iraq, man. So all the golds in Africa, the silver over here in America. So all these nations, man, they're angry at the so-called white man. They're angry at they see the proudness of the so-called white man, especially Donald Trump, man, going into these different nations, man, and doing what they want to do, man. They're going over there, they're raping the woman, destroying the families. All these kids are going up and all the father. So the same thing is going to be angry at the so-called white man. That's why here in England, you got people going over there with buses, running people over because they're angry at America, man.
Yo, well, also that goes into I looked it up in the Hebrew. Also, what you're saying is true, but also it's twofold. It also means that the nations that took on the philosophies of America, they become bugged out by the same type of philosophies that that the so-called white man pushed on them. Right. You know what I'm saying? They become mad. You know what I'm saying?
You know why? Because it's almost like a deceitful tactic anyway. Because America itself don't follow the philosophies that I'll tell you to follow. Democracy, it's not a hell here. Because democracy is rule of the mob. But then they got something called how the actual presidential candidacy works is by not by popular vote, by state electoral votes, man, which has nothing to do
with the rule of the mob. So the majority of Americans can vote for Hillary, which happened this time, but Trump still is president. So where's the democracy in that? But not only democracy, you got all these different deities and pagan gods that America says go follow, because they themselves just uphold Satan, man. So America is a place for you to get confused. That's right. It's known as Babylon. Babylon going back to what? The word Babel meaning confusion. Everybody here is in a state of confusion. They don't know what to follow. There's no leader out here showing anybody what to follow. You just do what the hell you want to do here in America, as the saying goes. And when it comes to us, what we telling people, what we're teaching, is that we the real children of the Lord. We the real Israelite, biblical Israelites. Even though we've been here discriminated on, oppressed, you know, hoping that telling people this stirs up attention, man. Because the people out here in America want to know what the hell is going on. They're clueless. A lot of them like it to be like that. The other majority is trying to figure out how they can fix it. Well, you start by knowing that the Negroes, the one you call niggas and spicks, are the real Israelites of the Bible. And what that means for you Americans is that you're going to be caught up in the destruction when it comes, man.
Hey, brother, may I say something too right quick? Yeah, because you have the president of the Philippines. He's basically saying the same thing, man. He's saying, look, America comes over here, he conquered us. Now, we don't want America here. We want to deal with Russia and we want to deal with China. You know? And he said, we don't want the drugs in our country, which we know America's bringing that shit in, man. All right? Because America's been doing that. All right? Afghanistan with the damn poppy seeds, they say they got American soldiers just guarding that. He said because the drugs is destroying our future, which are the kids. All right? That's why this place is gonna fall, man. All right? Because of all his wicked dealings against Yahweh Shem Shai and against the sons of the nation of Israel. You want to go into the Hebrew on that, or?
Oh yeah, just real quick, because like we mentioned, the brother broke it down, and it's a twofold type of thing through the spirit. So the Hebrew word for mad is halal, all right, and it means to shine, to praise, to boast, be boastful, all right, because that's what the so-called white man has actually pushed upon the other nations. Now check it out. It says to act madly, act like a madman, to make a fool, to make into a fool. So it's twofold, you know. So it's all foolishness, man. You know, these other nations, like the scripture said in Revelation, remember it said the other nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of a fornication. Yeah. And that's part of the form that they did it. And they've begun to do it, and they following it, and it's going to lead to them being, along with them being destroyed, man, with America.
Yeah.
Wake up with fleas.
There you go.
And then
Yeah, by the nations bringing nuclear missiles over here to destroy this place, man.
Right.
Why do you think the nations are angry, man? They're mad.
Yeah, it's both.
You know?
Angry and they, you know?
You know? They're mad because why? Because America is nothing but a backsliding, slick, thieving ass, conniving place, man. Right. All right? By the elites of this damn society. You got it, brother.
Another reason why these countries pissed off from America, man. America got gays and lesbian shit in the fucking movies, man. The movies and the songs, man. And the TV shows, man. So these nations, man, they're mad at America, man.
Isaiah 47:3. Let me start at 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
Yeah, the reason why Isaiah is calling America the virgin daughter of Babylon, man. There's never been a major war, man, in the fall of America. When Pearl Harbor happened to America in Hawaii, the Americans did that, man, just to go into Japan, man.
Yeah, Pearl Harbor.
And to bomb them, man. So that wasn't a major war, man. The elites is the one that set up, man, Pearl Harbor, man. So there was no major war on America, man. There never been a widow here in America. There never been a bomb drop on America, tanks here in America, plane. No. That's why America is known as the virgin daughter of Babylon. But that's going to change very soon.
Sit on the ground. There is no throne.
Yeah, America, there ain't going to be no throne, man. After America is destroyed with that nuclear missiles, man, there ain't gonna be no throne here in America, man.
O daughter of the Chaldees, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
The America is being called tender and delicate, man. Everybody wanted to come to America, man. Back in the 50s, the 40s, the 30s, the 20s, man. America was the place, man. America was one of the first places that had a Ford car. Back in the day, in the turn of the century, everybody wanted a Ford car, man. Everybody wanted to buy a Ford no more. America got the Broadway shows, different shopping, Fifth Avenue, shopping areas, movie theaters. They got Hollywood. We got New York City. We got the national parks here in America that we stole from our brothers. So America was once tender and delicate, man, not anymore.
Take the millstones and grind meal. Uncover thy locks, make bare the leg.
Yeah, so America legs is being bare right now, man. Where? On YouTube, all these different people, these Israelite groups, the different news, bearing the legs of America, man. Showing you that America is run by Israel, the so-called Jews and the elites, man. And show you America is run by a bunch of faggots, man. Going to the human growth, man, to have sex with men. So America is being exposed, man, by their own Americans. They got Americans coming against their own Americans, man. We got Europeans that are coming against Americans, man. And the Lord set up who? It's men to expose America, man. It's all with the apostles and the elders of GMS.
That's right. That's right. Mainly the prophets of the Lord. That's right.
Can I say one thing? Part of that uncovering the leg is teaching the people about a RFID chip mark of the beast, man.
Yeah.
Because that's literally exposing the plans of why they bring in so much chaos through the media. Why do they have 24/7 media outlets fighting each other for people to see that? Why do they covering all these Charlottesville and all this racial tension going on in America? Why are they covering that so much? Because they about to bring in this chip and they needed catastrophic events to make people just fall right in line with it.
That's why they bring Donald Trump into power, man. Donald Trump would just wake up one day, man, and say he's gonna be president. Happened. That was think about, man. The elites, man, think about that shit from years ago, man. So they know Donald Trump was gonna come into power, be all controversial, rise people's anger up, man. So all that Donald Trump racist shit, man. The elites want these people, man, to start a race war. As soon as that race war stop, you're gonna bring in the mark of the beast, man.
Uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea.
Yeah, everybody see America nakedness, man. We got people in Afghanistan, man, see these Americans ripping these little boys and these little girls, man. In Iraq, whatever America go, man, they see the wickedness of America. Once America, man, once Esau goes to your country, man, that's it, man. If you ain't cut that plague out, man, America from coming into your country, man, and that plague spreading in the country, man, America gonna change your whole country, man. You're gonna tell them if your son's into faggots, your woman into lesbians, they're gonna have the woman going to school, the woman coming up against you, man. So they're gonna change your, and they're gonna change your currency, man. They're gonna have you using that dollar bill, man.
They're gonna change the gender.
Yeah, they're gonna change the gender of the people, man. If you're using gold and silver, that's currency, man. They're gonna change that, man. They're gonna take it away. Whatever natural resources you got in that land, man, America will take away that natural resources, man. So the reason why they say take away the natural resources is to pay for their army, to pay for taking other people.
All right. You finish?
Go ahead.
Taking out, that's the reason why they're doing that, man. To pay for the army, to pay for the military, man. So America has been exposed, man, on all these different talk shows, man, even on YouTube mostly.
I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
Yeah, when the Lord sent his son back, man, the second time, man, when Yahweh shall come back with the chariots, man, he ain't gonna meet you as a man like he came back 2,000 years ago, man. He's gonna come back destroying shit, man, with a nuclear missile, the destruction, man, and the chariots, man, burning up shit, man.
So that's it. I got precept.
We got last one.
I got. This is Isaiah chapter 50, chapter 65. Isaiah chapter 65, verse 16. It says that the Lord will come with fire. 66, 6 and 15. Excuse me. Isaiah chapter 66, verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire. All right. Isaiah chapter 60. Isaiah chapter 66, verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire.
You know, one who we call Jesus Christ, man, he's going to come back with peace. He look like a so-called white man, man. The Lord, man, he is a man of war. And when the Lord come back, man, who was a so-called Negro from the tribe of Judah, man, a dark-skinned man, to save his elect, man, and bring deliverance to his elect in America and destroy America with his chariots, man, and with his lasers, man. The Lord ain't gonna come back, man, to save all nations, man, and everybody. The Lord hates 2/3 of his own people. So what do you think? So what make you think that the Lord is gonna save the Gooks, the Hamites, the Africans, man, the Edomites, man? Hell no.
It says, and with his chariots like a whirlwind.
Yeah, what you call the so-called UFOs, man. The chariots sighted, man, every hour, every minute of the day. So what do you think the so-called white man got his telescope pointing up in space for, man? And his satellites up in the outer space, out of the outer heavens for, man, to see when the Lord is gonna come back, man. So when the Lord come back, man, it's gonna be worse than that movie Independence Day, man. Worse than War of the Worlds, the first one, and the remake. So that day of the Lord, man, when the Lord come back with his chariots, man, when America is on fire, with his nuclear missiles, the Lord gonna bring his chariots, man. They're gonna shoot lasers upon America, man. At the same time, America is being burned up, man, with those lasers. At the same time, the Lord will deliver his elect man, man. That's the last trump that the scriptures talking about.
It says,
last trump.
To render his anger with fury.
Yeah, man, the Lord is angry right now, man. Asking the Lord, man, please send me back, man, to get my brothers out of here, man. But we gotta wait till America to destroy, man. And we know who the elect is before the Lord said destroy this place with nuclear missiles, man, and with lasers.
It says, and his rebuke with flames of fire.
Okay, so the Lord is gonna come back, man, with his rebuke with flames of fire, man. It's gonna be worse than Sodom and Gomorrah, man. But the Lord is gonna use America's own allies to destroy them, man. And America's own enemies is gonna be destroyed. After America is destroyed, man, ain't nobody gonna live in America no more, man. America is gonna be left for a memorial, man. Because when that nuclear fire hit, man, the Lord gonna destroy 2/3 of his own people. The doors of mercy is open right now, man. All the 2/3 of our people, man, that love talking shit, that love siding with the so-called white man and the other nations, man, you're gonna be taking part. You are gonna be taking part, man, in that great barbecue, that nuclear missile barbecue here in America, man. And you're gonna feel that burning, man. It ain't gonna be like you're gonna die. It ain't gonna be like a 1 second death. You're gonna feel nothing, man. The Lord is gonna make you feel that burning, man. I don't know how the Lord is gonna do it. I can't speak for the Lord, man. But the Lord gonna make you feel the pain you never felt before, man. Right. You're gonna be crying, man. Like, damn, why did I listen to these guys? I'm hoping I'm part of the elect, man. But it's gonna be too late for you, man.
Verse 16. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh.
Yeah, so the Lord's gonna come back with that fire, man. And the Lord is a man of war once again. And that sword, man, represent that laser the Lord is gonna use, man, upon this place in America, man.
And the slain of the Lord shall be many.
Yeah, because there's billions of people here in America. And only the elect are going to be saved here in America, man. So that many, what, billions of people, man, they're going to be burned up here in America, man. It's going to be a great day, man. And you're going to know that the Lord did it, man. You're going to know that Yahweh did it. And Yahweh and his son Yahweh did it, man. You're going to know that these people on the side are the true Israelites in that day. Everybody gonna know that the Lord did it. The Lord is gonna take credit in that day. The so-called white man gonna be around to take credit in that day, man. The ones of you so-called white people that escape, that living outside of America, man, you are going to be running scared, man. The Israelites are going to start kicking ass, man. And the nation of Israel, man, the kingdom of Israel, is going to be built up from that day. The day that America falls on with nuclear missile, that is the day, man, that the nation of Israel, man, is going to be rising up on that same day. I look at it, got something?
Yeah, gun. This is Jeremiah 49 and 40. It says, as the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah, man, all the Most High destroyed that wicked place, man, full of faggots, lesbian, gay, pedophiles, man, bestiality, man, with what? Fire and brimstone. He overthrew it, man, destroyed it, man.
And the neighbor cities thereof.
And the 5 neighboring cities thereof, man. The Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, man. And the 5 neighboring cities thereof, man. Fire. What? 3 neighboring cities, man. 5 cities thereof, man.
Saith the Lord. So shall no man abide there.
So ain't nobody abiding there no more, man. So nobody gonna abide in America, man. But America is destroyed with our nuclear missiles, man. The scriptures say smoke is gonna go up for generations after generations, man. America is gonna be a memorial, man. All nothing be wicked.
Neither shall any son of man dwell therein.
So no flesh, man. No flesh. Man flesh is going to dwell here. The only thing that's going to dwell here, man, is what? Desert creatures. Desert like creatures, birds, all. Science is going to dwell here, man.
Yeah, one more?
Yeah.
Oh, I got another scripture. This is Jeremiah 51 and 1. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them.
Yeah, but see, the birds are going to Babylon, man, because we're living in the end times of Babylon, man. That's why, yeah, but that's a prophecy, man. All we got, the Lord said we got to prophesy, man. They ain't going to say America in the Bible or USA, man. United States of America. They ain't going to say that, man. The Bible is speaking codes, man. Babylon is speaking about America, man.
It's a mystery Babylon, right?
Yeah, that's a mystery.
It says, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind.
Yeah, man, the Most High, the man that he can't allow, man. So the Most High is going to put a power, man, on their ships to bring that destroying wind, man, that nuclear wind, man, upon America. America is going to be destroyed from the West Coast to the East Coast, to the North Coast, down to the South, man. So there ain't no way you're going to be able to escape America, man. You get a bunker, you're still ain't going to escape America. The only way you're going to escape, man, you get a space shuttle, man, or you get a capsule to go to outer space. At the same time, America is being destroyed, man, or in another country, or in another continent. That's the only way you're going to escape, or if you party elect. Otherwise, man, you're going to be end up here, man. You're going to be burning that nuclear missiles, man, in America.
And will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her.
Yeah, the other nations, man, is going to fan them. The Lord is going to fan that fire, man. That nuclear fire, man, going to be fanning. It's going to be hot, man. If you get a fire, man, and the fire is kind of low, when you fan that higher, man, the heat increase and the fire get larger, man. So that's how the Most High is going to fan that nuclear fire, man, upon the earth.
And shall empty her land.
Yeah, all these buildings from the East Coast to the West Coast, man. All these people, all these trees, all these cars, man. All these sodomites here in America, man, is gonna be burned up, man, with that fire, man. They're gonna empty America with that fire.
But in the day of trouble, they shall be against her round about.
So the day of trouble, man, the great day of trouble is gonna be upon America, man. Walk and walk, man. The great day of destruction. Yeah, man. So with that, man, I'm gonna say all praise to Yahweh. Hashem, Yahweh, double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS, and shalom to all the little brothers, man, for watching.
Shalom. Shalom, brothers.
Shalom.
Brother Panorama.